Hey everyone, let's solve a system. We have two equations and two unknowns, and we've solved these in the past with the substitution method, the elimination method, and by graphing, but now we're going to solve it by a matrix. So here's the game plan. First, we need to turn it into a matrix. So this system can be represented by this matrix of numbers. Now imagine if we knew all the algebra and the mathematics to this, we could simplify this harder matrix into something very easy. And there is a process you can do with paper and pencil by multiplying rows and adding, subtracting stuff and doing some little tricks to simplify the matrix. Now imagine this. Imagine we simplified it and it became in this form. Now, I don't know what these last two numbers are going to be, so I just called them A1 and A2. But what makes this simplified is this triangle on the top and the bottom. Now, what does that mean? If this is a simplified version of the original, then these equations are simplified versions of the original. So what are these equations telling us? Well, they're telling us 1 times x plus 0 times y equals the number a1. And the other one is telling us 0x plus 1 times y equals a2. Well, wait, that simplifies even more, because what is 0 times y? That's just 0, and 1 times x is x. Hey, wait, x equals a1. And here's 0 times x plus 1 times y. Well, wait, that simplifies to just y equals a2. Hey, that's our ordered pair. a1, a2 are the solutions to this system. So a matrix can tell us the answer to a system if we can get it in this form, and it's called reduced row echelon. I don't know if I spelled that right. Form. Reduced row echelon form, which as far as the calculator is going to go, it's the function RREF. That didn't come out so good. Not to be confused with this one, REF. That's just the row echelon form, and it's more work. We don't want that one. So just remember that RREF. So that's the idea of transforming a matrix. However, we don't know all of this math in here. But it doesn't matter because we're going to make the calculator do it. So I'm going to clean this up and we're going to do it by the calculator. Okay, here we go. Now YouTube only gives me so much time on these videos, so I got to go fast. But you can always pause and catch up with me on each step. So there's 3 layers to putting this matrix into the calculator. And they involve this button right here, because above it is the blue command for matrix. So we're going to go second, this x to the -1 power thing, and that opens up the matrix menu, and you have names of matrices that we can fill in and use many different matrices if we want. We have math for matrices, and then we can edit matrices. Now some of you may have some numbers in here like 3 by 4 or 2 by 3. And some of you may have just blanks in there, and that doesn't matter. If you already have numbers, we're just going to do the same step. If you have a blank, you're just going to do the same step, because if you just have numbers, when you edit, you just type over the old numbers and the new numbers will show up. Several of you are going to have blanks here, and they'll just be all zeros or blanks, and you can just type in the new numbers either way. But our first job is to go here. We need to edit. So I'm going to do the sideways arrow, get into the edit menu of the matrices, and I am editing A. That's the first one highlighted. So as soon as I hit enter, it's going to give me a matrix. Now, some of you may have 1 by 1 there or blanks there, and that doesn't matter. All of us are going to do the same thing either way, whether you have something there or not. You're going to tell the calculator what is the size of the matrix, and this one is a 2 by 3. Calculator needs to know that. So I'm going to type in 2, enter, 3, enter. And as soon as I do, it changed it to be the right size. Now some of those numbers are left over, and I'm going to have to change them. Oh. Actually, I did this before, and they happen to be all the right numbers from before. But you're going to have to type them in. You're going to type in 3 and then go enter. -4 and go enter. 11 and enter. 2 and enter. 5, enter. -8, enter. Now once it's all entered, go back and double check all the numbers to make sure it matches. Now that we're done editing this matrix, we're going to quit this edit menu and go back to the home screen. The way we do that is right here where it says quit. We're going to have to do the second command and hit the mode button. That quits editing, and we're back to this screen here, which is the home screen. And on the home screen, we're going to put in a calculation. In fact, we're going to put in the ref commands, and that is in the matrix menu again. So we're going to go second, matrix menu, but this time we're going over to the math command. That means I have to go faster. I'm going to go sideways, and I'm looking for the ref. It's not showing up here, but there's a lot of matrix commands, and there they are. Now A isn't the wrong one, REF. That's the one that makes us do extra work. The RREF under item B is going to do all the solution for us in one step. So we're going to enter that, and it puts the ref command on the home screen. Now the ref command needs to work on a matrix. It doesn't know which one, so we're going to tell it which one. So we have to go back one more time, second matrix button. And we got to pick the right name of the matrix we want. Well, we only have one in A. Anyway, when you get more advanced, you may be doing several matrices at once, but we're just working with A. So A is highlighted. I'm going to hit enter, and it puts A into the ref function. Now it's good hygiene mathematically to close the parenthesis and hit enter, and presto, what do we get? We get a reduced row echelon form matrix. And what is the interpretation of this? Now, you don't have to do this on paper, but I'm going to write it out on paper. This is what that first row says. It gives me this first equation. The second equation is 0x plus 1y equals -2. And that simplifies to, wait, 0 times y is nothing. 1 times x is x equals 1. This one, 0 times x, is gone. 1 times y is just y equals -2. Hey, the solution to the system has been given to us. Now, we could check this. It'd be a good idea for you to go back and check it by plugging in the got to plug in to both. I don't have time to do that, but you should convince yourself that it worked. Hey, I got a couple more of these coming, but practice using the calculator. There we go.